Welcome into Inside the Lines. We got a packed show today. A little late, you know what I'm saying? Woke up a little late, but we here now. We got
It'll be a quick one too. It'll be a quick one too.
It'll be a little quick one here, so we're gonna go through here fast, and y'all tune in, and y'all put something in the comments. We respond to every single comment. If you come on after the show, put your comment in the comment. We'll respond to it afterwards. But if you hear during the show, shout out to you and put whatever you want in the comment, and I'll respond to it as quickly as possible. Kimfo Kirk, he gets it done against the Buccaneers, the division banger. You seen the score 30-36. You see the stats, baby. Did you see this coming out of Kirk Cousins? 4 touchdowns, 509 yards, 42 out of 58 completed. What's going on? Is that bird on that helmet?
Kirk went off.
Or what?
Captain Kirk went off.
He went absolutely bonkers. Drake London balled out in this game. Darnell Mooney, he had a big drop there late. Almost sold the game for real.
Yeah,
almost sold the game, and there was a lot of fumbles in this game from both sides of the field. Bruce Irvin, running back for the Buccaneers, that strip fumble actually, it killed them.
That was bad.
That was pretty bad, and because they were driving. You see the swag and I surf. You see Captain Kirk swagging, surfing out there in ATL. For those that
don't know, I need to say this to put it out there because Dino will not hear it. What will you not hear?
No Kirk Cousins slander, baby. We're not taking no Kirk Cousins slander no more. And now in prime time. If it wasn't for that, they should have called pass interference on Chiefs. Bad. With Kyle Pitts. You remember against the Chiefs? Remember that play? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Grabbed his whole waist, and he would be 3-0 in prime time if it wasn't for that play. So prime time Kurt is here in the old school jerseys with Matt Ryan. With Matt Ryan, Matty Ice getting the ring of honor at halftime. They did it for Matty Ice. With a game here, with a showdown here. Drake London, he had the first touchdown. Bucs struggled to run the ball coming into the game, like 2 yards per carry. So, and now they got problems with ball control and holding on to the ball. Who was the biggest X factor in this game to you, Vance?
Kirk.
Yeah, Kirk.
509 yards, 4 tutties.
Yeah, Kirk was pretty nice, but and to Kyle Pitts fantasy owners, you can woosah. He did pretty good in this game. They got over like 15 points in fantasy or whatnot. The most yards he had since 2021 rookie season. Let's go to the stats here. So I can show y'all real quick. See what stats going on. We'll pull them up. At first, I thought it was over, Vance. At first, when Kirk Cousins threw that interception, I was like, typical Kirk. Typical Kirk. He coming down and once it comes down in prime time. You like that? I like that.
He proved him wrong, which is the best thing you can say.
Poor cameraman.
Yeah.
It was soaked. His camera was soaked.
Oh, it was soaked. Yeah. He proved him wrong though, and that's the best thing you can ask for.
Yeah. To Darnell Mooney 2 touchdowns in this game. It came down to Young Way Cool. His second basically coming down to the wire kick to make the field goal. Down the stretch to tie the game into overtime. Kirk Cousins gets the ball on a slant. I think it was Drake London who caught the ball to get down there in field goal range, and 1 second left on the clock. Vance, anything. If Drake London tries to run just a little bit more, the game's over. There's not enough time to. Yeah, they all played great. Then they got the false start.
Yeah.
Come on now, you can't get that false start right there. You can't
Drake
get that.
London, I will say, had the game of his career. I know it was only one touchdown, but 154 yards, 12 receptions. He went off.
Yeah.
This was the game, I think you said it, we were looking for because he got drafted at USC as a great receiver. We were looking for a game like this from him, and boy, did we get it.
Yeah, this game was action packed. Like I said, I thought the game was over. Me and my dad called each other. We said typical old Kirk. When it's coming down the wire, he ends up falling apart. And did he prove us wrong down the stretch?
And I can't, if I'm honest, you're probably the most happy he did because you're a big Kirk guy. Like you're happy he proved people wrong.
Yeah, I'm happy he did. I'm happy he did prove people wrong because, I mean, a lot of the times people want to see Kirk Cousins lose on prime time for some reason. Like we got so accustomed to Kirk Cousins being
like really bad.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I don't know the record on hand, but he had some good wins in prime time, but mostly bad in prime time. And I feel like the Atlanta Falcons been on prime time for the last couple of weeks a lot. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they've been there around. I think they played the Chiefs on prime time.
They're way better than I thought they were going to be. I'm going to be honest with you. Atlanta,
the Eagles on prime time. Can you see my screen? You see my screen?
I can. I just want to tell you, the Falcons are a lot better than I thought they were going to be.
Yeah, man. I thought it would have been like a Bijan Robinson game. 61 yards, 12 carries is not bad. I thought he would at least got a touchdown. I know a lot of people hide your eyes because I know a lot of people probably out there had a touchdown for him in their parlay.
There was a certain sports guy, I'm not going to say his name, but you'll be able to infer by this, that said Baker played the game and deserved to win, and he played better. And I was like, yeah, no, he didn't.
Nah. I think the defense of Atlanta Falcons surprised me getting that stop because they got that quick stop just after Kirk Cousins threw that interception early. He threw that interception. After they threw that interception, the Buccaneers. I thought the Buccaneers was going to come out and do what they did the drive before, where Irvin fumbled, and they were just going to end the game by, getting a couple first downs. Because when you got Mike Evans, you got Bake Show. He's playing like MVP caliber, and then you got Chris Godwin. Pretty good players out there to get you some first downs. I thought it was going to be over after he threw that interception, but shout out to Jesse Bates. Shout out to Matthew Judon has been a great add-on to that Atlanta Falcons team and getting pressures and getting stops for that team. Great win from the Atlanta Falcons. I can't say it enough. I mean, you play like that, you got to finish. You know what I'm saying? You got to finish. When you play like that, you got to finish. Darnell Mooney, like I said, dropped here and there, but 2 touchdowns from the guy. That's all you can ask for. And then we're forgetting something. And you already know what I'm about to see. Ooh. Overtime touchdown from, I don't even know. We don't even know the guy. Something with a K.
I don't know.
Let's see if I can get his name right here. Something with a K. Khadarel Hodges. Shout out to Khadarel Hodges coming off the bench. He ain't been playing all game or whatnot. He comes up, and I was just having this conversation with my dad. I said we was watching my brother's little league team, and he was like, the coach put like a bunch of small guys that ain't been playing out there on kickoff. And I told him, I said, that's what you want. Yeah, they're small, but they've been on the sideline all game, so they got something to prove.
Yes.
When sideline all game, you feel that. You know what I'm saying? You got your parents on the sideline, and they're at the game, and they see you, and you're on the sideline. You've been on the sideline all game. It's time for you to come in and if you get a chance to come in, make a play, especially. And did he come in and make a play? I mean, was the DB slow, Vince, or was he just fast because he was moving?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think I do think the receiver did have a step on him early on. You know that better than me.
Yeah.
It looked like the receiver got a step on him early, and I think it was over from there.
Yeah. That was crazy.
I will say those throwback jerseys are dope.
Yeah, the throwback helmets are really dope too.
You know what I was thinking? I'm not a huge fan of the Falcons' normal jerseys. If they made those their normal jerseys and put the new Falcon logo, I think it'd be awesome. Their normal jerseys, I'm not a huge fan of. I like these a lot. These throwbacks are awesome.
Can the Atlanta Falcons shock a lot of teams going down the line?
I think so, absolutely.
Yeah, I think they can too, man. If they can win like this in prime time, yeah. If you, it went your way, it did go your way, but hey, sometimes it goes your way sometimes. But the Buccaneers had a lot of chances to get off the field and win this game. You get the turnover, Irvin fumbles, then you got Kirk Cousins throwing the interception. That should be back-to-back drives to where the game is over. You can see right here them getting
I think they can shock a lot of people. At the same time, though, they can't expect Kirk to be 500 yards every game. You can't expect that.
Nah, definitely not. You can't. Kirk Cousins not throwing for 509 yards like that.
He went the hell off though.
Yeah, he went off. That's why I said Bijan. I'm like, damn, you gotta put a lot of pressure on Kirk Cousins, but down the line he had to pass. Yeah, there was no time to run the ball, and by Cordell, by Hodge taking that ball all the way to the end zone like that probably sent his stats through the roof. You know what I'm saying?
It probably did.
His stats went through the roof after that, so that's why you got that 500. That's why you got that 500 from Kirk Cousins. Man, still can't believe the stat. 509 yards. Ain't nobody. I don't think has anybody thrown for 509 yards yet.
Brady threw for 505 in a Super Bowl against a loss against the Eagles. I'm
talking about this year though.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, that was pretty that a pretty insane game. I was like, man, I gotta go to work. Let me lay down. Then I'm looking up who's in that division. I'm like, okay, you got the Falcons, you got the Panthers, you got the Saints. I said, who's that fourth team in their division? Let me look it up.
Yeah,
it's the Buccaneers. I said, oh crap. I said, I'm looking at this game totally different.
And Baker's playing good right now.
Yeah, and Baker Mayfield, a bad break for him. You know what I'm saying? They could if he moved to 4-1. I know they wanted to move to 4-1 pretty bad. I know they did. They don't have to say it, but I know they did. But yeah, he played a good game. Sometimes like it doesn't go your way.
Though it doesn't matter.
Yeah. It sometimes it just doesn't go your way. But what a game from the Atlanta Falcons, from Kirk Cousins. Shout out to the Atlanta Falcons getting another dub for Atlanta. You seen the fans going off, swagging and surfing in the stadium, looking very primetime-ish, and put some respect on his name for Kinfo Kirk. At the stage, cryptic tweet. Who's this guy again? But we got the cryptic tweet. We're gonna break it down for you. We'll give you the details on who is this guy.
It's called. Wait, hold on. I know what it's. Give me 1 second.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna pull out
it's Edgar. That's Edgar Allan Poe. In the book, he wrote a book called The Raven.
Yeah, it looks like Devontae Adams might be headed to Baltimore.
I think he's just trolling. I think he's having some fun and trolling. I really do.
He might be having his fun and trolling, but you can't send no cryptic tweet out that. And we not gonna talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Can't send nothing like that out. So we're gonna break it down. They need it's not like the Ravens don't need a wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they don't need one. Yes, you got a couple guys out there like Bateman and guys like that. But Saints, it looked like the Saints, Jets, and now Baltimore is in the mix for Devontae Adams. I know a lot of teams are out there wanting a wide receiver. The Steelers, y'all tell me who Devontae Adams should go, where he should go, where should he land, what's that fit for Devontae Adams where it might could be special. Honestly, I know this team has Addison and Justin Jefferson. But if you could add Devontae Adams to the Vikings, we're talking about guaranteed. You should be in the Super Bowl.
I think on my radio show I asked you, on my radio show, who was the bad you didn't like the answer that you were going to give me, but you said KC.
Yeah, KC. I don't want him to go to KC at all. He goes to KC.
What is the best fit?
Yeah. It has to be the best fit. Like, it has to be the best fit.
Has 2 years left on his contract after this year, but his salaries in those years are over $35 million, non-guaranteed. He's not seeing that money. So this year.
So you think he's a Jet,
he's not
right?
seeing that money. So this year he's making 16.89. If you trade for him now, you'd have to pay him around $14 million for the rest of the year and have that much cap space. That number will go down by about 960.
Yeah, I mean, I see him. The thing is, like, my guy here is talking about, don't know a lot of analyst names, but money-wise, I think the Jets just don't got the bread. The Jets had the bread to give Devontae Adams. Y'all only got like $15 million in cap space.
That's
so
true.
I'm not sure. And then it's on the aspect of Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams. Aaron Rodgers, when are you retiring? I need the actual date on when you're leaving or when you're going. And if it's less than a year, 2 years, I'm not going here. I need a future here. Devontae Adams has at least 5 good, solid years left to him to you know what I'm saying, to put it in some business. You know what I'm saying? But Lamar Jackson
I think the thing that you also said is you said Jets, you said New Orleans, and I think the thing that you just mentioned right then is how long does Aaron truly have left?
Exactly. And
then you mentioned cap space. On my radio show, for those who don't know, I have Dino call in. His team has the most cap space, but you said that what you would give up to get him, you're not willing to do.
It's not that. I'm in the business of Devontae Adams all the way.
But I'm saying what they want, you don't.
It's just they're. I mean, a second round pick. That's easy. I'm giving out a second round pick, and probably the only player that I would see that's really in trade talks from our team. We're not giving you a receiver. They probably might get rid of him to get a receiver.
They might want Eckler.
Yeah, they might want a guy like Eckler or Jonathan Allen that could go with Max Crosby. Don't know what's going on. You know, Max Crosby's pretty injured, but Max Crosby been with the Raiders ups and downs, bruises to bruises, ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Let me give you a hypothetical. Okay. You get Devontae Adams, but you have to give up T-Mac. You doing it?
I'm not giving up McLaurin. I'm sorry. I'm not giving up no Terry McLaurin. I'm sorry. I'm not giving up. That's our franchise guy. That's our guy in DC. But Jaden Daniels, if he gets to Devontae Adams, that could be pretty scary. You feel me?
What would you say if you came to Saints?
I honestly would love Devontae, but I'd feel bad for him.
Why?
Because he went to the Saints. Like, out of all the teams, you went to the Saints?
What would you say?
How you feel about that quote from Amon-Ra St. Brown? Is he overreacting, or is it an overreaction, or is he right?
I think he's overreacting. The Saints aren't a bad team. They're not. They haven't looked like week 1 or week 2, but they're not a bad team.
Yeah, I don't think they're a bad team. Alvin Kamara is still Alvin Kamara. Chris Olave has been playing really well, and then if you bring in Devontae Adams, that's a true number 1. Chris Olave could be that true number
You
2.
can learn from him.
He can learn from him in a big way. Alvin Kamara can catch the ball out the backfield, and Derek Carr is his best friend. You know what I'm saying? That they go back way back in college days.
Fresno State.
Yeah, Fresno State. So hey, I see that he wants to be familiar with his quarterback. And Jets and the Saints have the most of the people that familiar. He really are familiar. You know what I'm saying?
Dino had asked me a really good question. We were on the radio. He goes, I remember preseason, my team was trying to trade for Devontae. And then Dino had asked me a question. He said, would you give up Debo for Devontae? I said, age-wise, I wouldn't do it. Everything else I would. That's the difficult part, though, is Devontae Adams is good, but is he give up Debo Samuel good?
Yeah, either
no. Go up.
Devontae Adams fighting in KC International. What is he doing there?
I don't know.
Oh man, I hope not. Let's look at this pure route running. Look at this pure route running. That's a Rodgers throwing him the ball. It should be. If I think this is with Devontae Adams. I think he made a mistake going to
the Raiders.
He made a mistake going to the Raiders, most definitely. He made a mistake going to the Raiders, and he should have stayed with Green Bay. Because think about it. Think about who's throwing the ball to him. Jordan Love is not a bad quarterback.
Not at all.
He's not a bad quarterback. If he would have stayed and trust the process and not be on Aaron Rodgers' coattails, because a lot of people, I feel like Green Bay were like, they're very like locked up in Aaron Rodgers' antics and stuff like that, and they really couldn't do nothing because Aaron Rodgers somewhat had the leg. You gave him the contract. He's a guy getting you to the NFC Championship almost every year, and
I'm going to be honest. I said this to you last year. If they would have had him, they might have beat us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nah, you're right. And how they might have did Cowboys even worse if they had Devontae Adams. Let's be real.
Oh, yeah.
They would have had Devontae Adams. They would have did him completely worse. But and another thing is Garrett, like I said, and looking at Garrett Wilson right now, pretty funny. He doesn't seem like he has the chemistry he really needs with Aaron Rodgers, like Devontae Adams would have coming right in off the trade. Like him and Aaron Rodgers have that connection that just nobody else has. And he's a bigger receiver, a bigger threat to catch the ball than Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson can make that difficult catch. We seen it last year when Zach Wilson threw him a terrible ball and he juggled it around and caught it. That was a generational catch right there. But you add Devontae Adams to Garrett Wilson, you already got Lazard there. So you got some familiar ties to Green Bay. And if you want to go there, go there. But don't be complaining in the next year or two on where else you want to go. Yeah. Oh, don't be complaining on where else you want to go anyway after Aaron Rodgers' departures. But who's that one team that should be in the market for him? Like, what's that sneaky team that should be in the market for him? Like I said, the Vikings. The Vikings should be in the market for him. Maybe even your team, the Niners.
Outside of my team, I think with the way that they play, either Atlanta or Detroit.
Yeah, I'm with that. I'm with that too. Detroit's a pretty nice too, but and that would be funny if they do that at Amon-Ra St. Brown after he said what he said.
Don't go to New Orleans, yeah.
And he comes to Detroit. That would be pretty crazy.
Because Amon-Ra, you're a 2 now. I'm sorry to say.
But that's really it for Devontae Adams and talk to Devontae Adams. It's just y'all tell me in the comments where he should go, where you don't want him to go, and what's the cryptic tweet about? We kind of explained it. Yeah.
Before we go on, before we go to our picks and then we'll end the podcast, before we go there, maybe explain to the people why you told me KC is the best fit, even though you don't want him to go there.
I say KC is the best fit because I don't want him to go there at all. Like I say, I'm going to reiterate again. That would be bad for the league, and that would be a three-peat for the KC. But with Rashee Rice out and Hollywood Brown out for the season, who are you really throwing it to other than Travis Kelce, who doubled every game? Yeah, Xavier Worthy, but he's still a rookie. You know what I'm saying? He can beat you deep. But there's coverages out there that can control a deep route runner, kind of like if you like Tyreek Hill. If you can put it in a package that can control the deep route, then he's kind of bottled up. But with the injuries that the KC has right now, Devontae Adams you should be in the market for him. Will KC do it? Probably not, because they're pretty cheap. We already know this with the stadium grades and stuff like that, with the food and the stadiums and the reconstruction. Like they got more problems than trying to get Devontae Adams in there. But who knows? You put that little Taylor Swift investment in there, and then Devontae Adams will get his bag. Michael Parsons out for this week. They go against the Steelers. I mean, this is a pretty big matchup for the Cowboys, and most of their guys are not playing. You got DeMarcus Lawrence injured. Michael Parsons will not be playing this upcoming week. Corner, Trayvon Diggs. He's pretty banged up a little bit. So you got your defense is pretty banged up, and they were pretty bad to start off. Where you can see that can happen down in this game, that could be the difference maker for the Steelers or for the Cowboys to try to get over this injury hump. You good, Vance?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. All right.
All right. So for me, what I think, I mean, I'm not a Cowboy fan. Don't like Dallas. Don't like the Cowboys, nothing. For me, what I will say is,
don't like the Cowboys for nothing.
Oh gosh, what I will say is the fact that they've lost 3 to 4 players or 4 to 5 players on the defense. I don't think this is going to be as much of a blowout as people think it will be. I think this will be a good game. I don't think it'll be a close game, but I don't think blowout.
Yeah, I don't think blowout.
I think Pittsburgh wins though.
Okay. I think Pittsburgh gets the W here too. I'm not going for the Cowboys in any game unless they might go against the Eagles or something. But even in those games, I want both teams to lose if they could lose. Yeah. So in this game, I definitely rolling with the Steelers in that game. Justin Fields is going to be the difference maker. But he can't struggle. Justin Fields, he can't badly struggle and get blown out or something like that. He can't struggle because you got Russell Wilson back there, and I know Mike Tomlin is eager to put him in the game at some point. But Justin Fields, the way he's playing, you can't take him off the field. Russell Wilson has said that he's still working on his calf, but I think it's a lie. It's just Justin Fields is playing well, and that's the quarterback that they're rolling with. But with the injuries that the Cowboys have, you already gave up 44 to the Saints. You gave up 28 to 30 points to the Ravens in just the first half. Got almost blown out, but you came back at the end of the fourth quarter. I mean, people were leaving out the stadium fast as I don't know what. Then you got a pretty good game last weekend, but it's the New York Giants and Daniel Jones, and we know they're not that great. So you go against the Steelers. They're not that great on offense, but Justin Fields has electric plays in them. Pickens has electric plays in them. That defense and TJ Watt can create turnovers. So I think it could be a bad game for the Dallas Cowboys if you say to me, and without Michael Parsons, could be very bad for that team.
So I'm looking here at the scores because we got the scores upcoming. I'm looking here at the spread of this game. Let me find it. The spread is Pittsburgh minus 2.5. The over/under is 43.5.
So pretty close game, and I got a pretty close game here in my brain too, because the Steelers they don't wow with points anyway. They're not that type of style. They've never been that type of style.
They're all defense.
Yeah, they weren't even that type of style with
Big Ben.
with old Big Ben and
right.
George Pickens and whatnot. So we got the picks coming up. We're gonna finish off.
I can run through them. You can pull it up, and then I can run. I'll give you.
Yeah. Let me share the screen right fast. Share screen. NFL schedule. Share it. Believe it.
Jets Vikings first one.
Jets Vikings, baby. First one
In London.
Who we have for that game? Give me your explanation.
So the London game. Minnesota's favored by 2.5. The over/under is 40.5. I'll go with the Vikings. I think they're just a better team.
Probably won't be up for this game. Jets and Vikings. I mean, don't nobody wants to get up at 9:30. I mean, I love football to be throughout the day as much as possible. London, they always show out anyways, so it's going to be a pretty good game, but I'm not waking up at 9:30 watching no type of football. My team plays at 1 p.m. I might be up at the stadium doing some trivia, but it's going to be electric at Northwest Stadium now. But Vikings, Jets, let's get back to the topic. Vikings, Jets, I'm going to take it depends. If the Jets need to win here to acquire Devontae Adams. I'll put it like that. If you lose again, the playoff chances of you and if they lose, then that might be more the reason why you get Devontae Adams. So we'll see what happens in the game with those wide receivers, but I'm gonna go Vikings here because they're just that top team right now. Panthers, Bears. What's that one? What's the over? What's the under?
Is Chicago -4. The over/under is 41.5.
That's surprising. I'm the Bears getting somewhat in the rhythm now. Caleb Williams, I'm looking for him to do some nice things down the line. Keenan Allen don't know if he's added back to the lineup, but he should be in there now at least. DJ Moore. They still got Swift. It's a good roster. You know what I'm saying? They shouldn't be losing like they should be. If this offensive line can block, and I think they can block this team. So I'm going to go Bears here over the Panthers, over Andy Dalton. And even though the Red Rifle has been looking nice, I'm going to go with the Bears here in this one.
I'm with you too.
Yeah. Next, Browns, Commanders. Give us the over, give us the under. What do you think? What do you think comes out?
The spread is your boys 3.5. Total, the over/under is 43.5. And
yes.
I'm going to be honest. You're the better team, and you're at home. The Browns, I feel have lost
they're just
faith
desperate.
They've lost faith in their quarterback. They have a great coach. They got great players. They need a different quarterback. You are gonna. I have a feeling deep down you're gonna murder this team.
Yeah, and it's Stefanski on the hot seat. You think? No, not at all.
Here's the reason: 2-time Coach of the Year. He's willing and has shown he can move off Deshaun and be fine. They brought in Flacco last year.
But don't you think they bring in him to work with Deshaun Watson? We're giving him $250, not Joe Flacco. We're not giving Joe Flacco $250. We're giving this guy $250. We need him to play better, and we need this offense to play better. And we see Amari Cooper in trade talks. So I just think the team is actually not, because you can't rally behind Deshaun Watson after what he has going on the off the field. So you really can't. It's kind of hard to rally around a guy like that who has a lot going on, aka Diddy Jr. Commanders, Browns. I'm rolling with my guys here, baby.
I don't think the game you're favored by 3.5. I don't think it'll be that close. I really don't. I think you're going to kill them.
We should destroy him after what we did to Arizona. And as a fan, I used to be like, man, I'm not gonna predict wins, and I'm not gonna even because it's bad luck. It's bad luck. But my team is expected now to ball out, and the Browns we should be whooping they ass. Dolphins, Patriots. Man, this is a bad game, and I'm not watching it.
Miami's favored by 1. The total is 35.5. Miami by 1. They're both 1-3.
I just think Huntley is he got to get some games up underneath him, some practices up underneath him.
Miami's favored though.
Yeah, I don't think anybody. I think it should be neck and neck. But somebody has to be the favorite. Somebody has to be the favorite. It has to be the over. There has to be an under.
I'm going with New England.
I'm going with New England too. They've got a more established quarterback, and we all know, Vance, the quarterback position is very important for your team to win. Doesn't matter who you have on your team.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. They have Jalen Waddle. They still have Jalen Waddle healthy. They still got Tyreek Hill healthy. They still got A-Chain. But without Tua, this team looks pretty bad.
Yep.
Pretty bad. Colts, Jaguars. Who we got in this one?
The Colts, Jags. Jacksonville's favored by 3. The total is 45.5. That is shocking. The Jags are favored. They're at home. I understand, but they're
desperate. And just like like I said, there's going to be an upset down the line. Like I said, the Browns, they're desperate to get a win. Can they rally behind Deshaun Watson?
The Browns do have a win.
Well, never. I didn't mean to say that. Sorry, but still, they're desperate for another win.
Yes,
they're like 1-3 now, right? Jaguars
need a win.
They need a win, so they're very desperate, and I think the Jaguars can pull off a win here, even though Joey's back in there.
Who are you
Flacco. Picking? I got Jags. Flacco. Nah, I can't go against Flacco. I'm going Flacco. He knows how to streak up some wins. He knows how to streak up some wins off the bench.
I'm with you. I'm like this. I want to go Jags, but I can't.
The Jags just have been playing bad. They've been playing really bad.
I want to go Jags, but I'm with you. I just can't pick them.
Yeah, I can't pick them either. We got a big showdown right here. Coming up on 1 p.m. I'm definitely watching this one. Bills, Texans. Woo. Who do you got in that one? I mean, the Bills just came off an ass whooping, but the Texans ain't been playing that great either.
The spread is Houston by 1. Total is 47.5. 2 3-1 teams. Bills coming off a bad loss. Houston. Here's my thing. It's 2 of my favorite quarterbacks going against each other.
Yeah.
And they're calling it the Stephon Diggs revenge game.
Stephon Diggs revenge.
Because of what Josh said.
Yeah.
Who are you going
with? Should be too. I'm going with I think Josh Allen has been playing great, but
where are you going?
Sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
But Bills, Texans. This is a close one. I'm gonna go with my guy Stroud. You know what I'm saying? He set the standard for my guy Daniels. So I'm gonna go with my guy Stroud.
I'm gonna go against you, but I don't. I'll put it like this. I'll go Bills, but I won't be shocked if the Texans win.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked either. That can go either way, but that's a great matchup between them two games. My eye will be on that game. And we love red zone, baby. Yes, we do. That's where our eyes will be on red zone, so we don't get. Well, let's get to the next game. Ravens, Bengals. Man,
spread 2.5. Total is 50.
Total is 50. I can see that. The Bengals.
2.5. Yep.
Yeah, Bengals. They've been. The thing is, they lost, but they played well in their losses. If it wasn't for
really weird.
Yeah, they've been playing well in their losses, even though they have a bad record. You know what I'm saying?
But they played bad in their win. Yeah,
they could. They played bad in their win, and they played great in their losses. So this could be a state. This could bring honestly, this could bring the Bengals back into the conversation if they beat the Ravens here. So this is a very important game right here for the Bengals to come out here and beat the Ravens. And we will be having our eye on that game as well, because that is a battle right there.
This is a game I don't even want to pick, because guess what? The money line for this is Cincinnati plus 115. I'm shocked it's not even.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Because this game could go either way.
It can go either way. It's key players in that game, Lamar. You know it. Can they stop the run? Can the Bengals stop Derrick Henry? And it's going to come down to that.
What team do you pick? That's difficult.
I'm gonna go Bengals. I think the Bengals shocks. I think the Bengals shock a lot of teams, and we put them back into that conversation of trying to get into a playoff run. Like I said, key players Jamar Chase. Can you stop Jamar Chase, and can you stop Derrick Henry? And how good will the quarterbacks play in the air? I know Lamar can run, but it's gonna be an air type assault in this game. Raiders Broncos, not really a great game. Who do we have here?
Denver -3. The total is 35.5. I think Bo Nix takes a step. I'm going with the home team.
And I think the Broncos just came off of 2 great wins against the Jets and against the Buccaneers.
Yep.
Those are 2 good back-to-back wins. And the Raiders, they don't have Max Crosby, Devontae Adams, and then trade talks. They got more. There's more eyes in around that situation than their team. So
it's true.
When you got something like that, other than that, that's going to take it out. But
yes.
I'm gonna go Broncos in that game. Cardinals, 49ers. What do you think your team is going to do to the Cardinals after we set the stage for you? We whooped that ass. So I think y'all should.
So we're favored by 7.5. The total is 49.5. Giving us 7.5, I think, is right, correct. I don't think it'll be that close. I think we'll beat them by 21.
Yeah. Cardinals are Cardinals.
I don't know what it is. The Cardinals, they have
a good
quarterback, but they don't look good.
I think it's like week after week. Like the Cardinals might look like an explosive team. Marvin Harrison, he goes off, and Colin Murray, he's running all over the field, and he throws for 4 TDs. And then the next week, they can't score, and they're getting locked up, and their defense is just pancake. So 49ers easily. Jordan Mason, that Kyle Shanahan, you can't deny him, even if all the stars are out. You know, Giants, Seahawks. I got the Seahawks in this one. They took a you could do the over under.
Spread 7, 42.5.
Yeah. Like what I was about to say, Seahawks, they could have beat Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Some good way they could have beat Detroit. They played in a good game. Geno Smith is playing at an all-time high. And the Giants are just playing at an all-time bad. So when I hear the word Daniel Jones, there's an L mark to it. And the Seahawks, they better not lose to the New York Giants. Packers, Rams. Oh, I didn't get your pick. What was your pick, Vance? Or Giants, Seahawks? But I already know. Without a doubt, 1,000%. Packers, Rams. Who we got in this one? I know this is your division rival, so you're probably going against them.
Green Bay's favored by 3. The total's 48.5. I'm gonna take. Here's the thing. I'm gonna take the Rams because I don't know if Love is playing.
Yeah. I know Love came back last week, but I think he's still nicked up or whatnot. So maybe we can stay updated on that. Give y'all an update on that coming in the near future. But Packers, Rams. I think I'm gonna go Packers in this one. I'm gonna go Packers too. The Rams got too many injuries. Puka's out. Cooper Kupp's out. Matthew Stafford. He's a standstill quarterback. So when you don't have any receivers out there to throw to, you're gonna get sacked. You're gonna have to rely on the running game. And Khadarel Williams, he's a great player, but you can't rely on him to win you games. You got to rely on Matthew Stafford, and he doesn't have his weapons out there. But Jordan Love, he has his weapons, and he's coming off an injury, and he can win this game. I'm going with Green Bay.
The next game we discussed, we both picked the Steelers.
We both picked the Steelers. We just discussed it. Micah Parsons out. Trayvon Diggs, he's nicked up. DeMarcus Lawrence, he's out. It's going to be up to CD Lamb and Dak Prescott to win them this game coming down the stretch in this one. So it's up to Justin Fields. It's a battle between Justin Fields and Dak Prescott. And when you're paying Dak Prescott $60 million,
he better win.
He better find a way to win because it's the Dallas Cowboys. But plus, this is the Pittsburgh Steelers, and Mike Tomlin is he knows football like the back of his hand. So it's going to be a battle out there. We're going to go low score. What's the over and under on that game, Vance?
2.5. Pittsburgh's favored. 43.5.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, that does it for our picks. That does it for us today. If you put whatever you want in the comments going forward, I will respond to them after the video goes off. If you are still here watching us, I've seen a couple people in here. Shout out to y'all watching us today. Come into Inside the Lines in a couple days, probably Sunday. We'll probably be on Sunday. We'll probably be on Sunday and talk about Saturday, and we talk about the games from 1:00 on Sunday, and then
we'll be back Monday.
And then we'll be back Monday talking about Sunday night, and then on Tuesday talk about Monday night. So shout out to y'all. See us on those days I was talking about. Thank you. God bless.
God bless y'all.
All right, Vince.